A controversial study may soon be a requirement for University of Oregon students.
Student leaders are pushing for critical race theory courses to be part of the core curriculum. KEZI 9 News reporter Jaewon Jung spoke to those on both sides of this heated topic.
And I think that comes from a lack of just understanding.
Student leaders at the University of Oregon are calling for educational change. They say critical race theory should be a required course in order to graduate.
The university, as part of the general ed requirements for undergrads, is to take it's a multicultural identity course, but one is U.S. identity and then one's global or international identities. And so that's a part of the gen ed requirement. The difficulty in that is that you can kind of escape around it, but we're not putting critical race theory or race and discussions around race at the forefront of those.
Isaiah Boyd is the student body president. He says discussions around adding CRT in colleges began during the 2020 election cycle.
And obviously higher education is a center point for advancing kind of this exchange of cultures and identities. So it only makes sense for us to really embed a new focus on what is the history and legacy of race in America.
For winter term, Boyd says he'll work closely with the Office of the Provost, the Ethnic Studies Department, and the Black Studies Department to make a change as soon as the 2022 to 2023 school year.
University officials say they're committed to engaging students in conversations about race in the U.S. In fact, they're even creating a new research center focused on addressing racial disparities.
In addition, the school launched Black Studies and Latinx Studies as minors. In a statement, the Office of the Provost said, quote, "We continuously seek opportunities to expand scholarship of racial injustice and to raise awareness of and address systemic racism."
When I first saw that, I honestly thought it was some kind of joke.
But not everyone is for requiring a CRT course in colleges.
Oh, do they not already teach this stuff already?
Ben Ehrlich is the chairman of the Oregon Federation of College Republicans. He says teaching this course would only divide people.
Go back to the day and age that I lived through in public school, where you could not tell the political affiliation of your teacher or professor. That's how it ought to be.
But U of O student leaders say there's more that needs to be taught, especially at a college level.
Most people will look at race and think to themselves, I'm aware of what racism is. I know what race is. I know the history of America, the U.S. and how race has played a part in that. But there's so much more details that go into that story.
Reporting in Eugene, Jaewon Jung, KEZI 9 News.